Continuing, God spoke to Malachi the words that you can find before you get to Matthew. And in Matthew chapter 3, you can see, I am going to send my messenger, and he will clear the way before me. And the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. And the messenger of the covenant in whom you delight, behold, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts. And indeed he came. His name was Jesus. He came. Who can endure the day of his coming, and who can stand when he appears? For he is like a refiner's fire and like fuller's soap. He will sit as a smelter and a purifier of silver, and he will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver, so that he may present them to the Lord. That's God. This messenger is a servant of God. What's he going to do? He's going to get something to present to the Lord. He will sit as a smelter and a purifier of silver, and he will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver, so that they may present to the Lord offerings in righteousness. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to the Lord, as in the days of old, as in former years. How many of you know that nothing has been going on in Jerusalem because there's no temple in Jerusalem there to which to go? It says here in Malachi 3:5, the offering of 3:4, the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to the Lord as in the days of old, as in former years. Then I will draw near to you for judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers and against the adulterers and against those who swear falsely and against those who oppress the wage earner in his wages, the widow and the offering, and those who turn aside the alien and do not fear me. Who is the me to be feared? Is it not he who has given the message to Malachi? It is. He who speaks to Malachi is the one to be feared. For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore, you, O sons of Jacob, are not consumed. That means God made a promise, and he keeps it. From the days of your fathers, verse 7, you have turned aside from my statutes and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord of hosts. But you say, how shall we return? Will a man rob God? Yet you are robbing me. But you say, how have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings? You are cursed with a curse, for you are robbing me, the whole nation. You, the whole nation, are robbing me. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house. And test me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you a blessing until it overflows. Of course, that's not what they did. The New Testament comes after Malachi with Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Malachi 3:11, then I will rebuke the devourer for you, so that it will not destroy the fruits of the ground, nor will your vine in the field cast its grapes. That means there will be a harvest. If the vine casts the grapes, there is no harvest. Are you aware of these things? I hope you are. Then I will rebuke the devourer for you, so that it will not destroy the fruits of the ground, nor will your vine in the field cast its grapes. All the nations will call you blessed. All the nation will call you blessed, for you shall be a delightful land, says the Lord of hosts. You think Israel has been a delightful land the past, say, 70 years? Do you really? I hope not. For all the nation will call you blessed, for you shall be a delightful land. Your words have been arrogant against me, says the Lord. Yet you say, what have we spoken against you? You have said it is vain to serve God. And what profit is it that we have kept his charge, and we have walked in mourning before the Lord of hosts? Jesus is not the Lord of hosts. Jesus has never been mentioned once in or by Malachi. For you have said it is vain to serve God. And what profit is it that we have kept his charge, and we have walked in mourning before the Lord of hosts? So now we call the arrogant blessed. Not only are we doers of wickedness, not only are the doers of wickedness built up, but they also test God and escape. Then those who feared the Lord spoke to one another. Do you know what feared the Lord? Those who feared the Lord spoke to one another. That means those who feared the Lord took heed to his words. If a man takes heed to do the command of the Lord, he's wise. He esteems the words that come from God. You should fear the Lord and who esteem his name. Those who feared the Lord spoke to one another, and the Lord gave attention and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him, and those who feared the Lord and who esteem his name. What's in the book? What book is being written about you? They will be mine, says the Lord of hosts, on the day I prepare my own possession, and I will spare them as a man spares his own son who serves him. Who is your father? Is your father the devil? I hope not. So you will again distinguish between the righteous and the wicked, between the one who serves God and the one who does not serve him. Now look, I believe there's still one more chapter. And I have taken about 10 minutes on the first 3. And I'm soon going to see how many minutes it takes to finish the 4th chapter. That's what I will do. Now,